We have all heard the dramatic stories of Dirk Coetzee and Eugene de Kock's hit squad at Vlakplaas and the Shady Army Unit, the CCB. And there is an impression that these formed the heart of the apartheid government's violent strategy of torture and murder against pro-democracy activists. This impression is mistaken. There were other police units who were far more prolific killers. 3 of the 5 security policemen appearing before the Truth Commission's Amnesty Committee at the moment formed part of one such a death commando at Northern Transvaal Security Police headquarters. Brigadier Jack Cronje, Captain Jacques Hechter, and Warrant Officer Paul van Vuuren. The other member of their team was Joe Mamasela. He has turned state witness against his colleagues and is therefore not applying for amnesty. The 3 men have already told the Amnesty Committee about a number of people they tortured or killed in the short period between 1985 and 1988. But it seems they have only been confessing to incidents already made public by Mamasela. They are about to apply for amnesty for a number of other murders after information was given to the Truth Commission by other policemen who are applying for amnesty. We'll tell you about some of their deadly missions tonight and about the serious questions raised about it. We'll also tell you about Joe Mamasela's apparent plans to undergo plastic surgery so that he would be able to live a new life after his killing orgies, unrecognizable to his victims and former comrades. Later in the program, we'll look at the question of symbolic rehabilitation of our nation. Monuments, walls of remembrance, healing rituals. But we start with the story of Police Sergeant Richard Mutasi. Jacques Hechter says he killed Mutasi on the 30th of November 1987 because he became too friendly with the ANC. But there could have been another reason why he and his wife had to die.
Sergeant Richard Mutasi was a diligent policeman with no record of complaint against him in 11 years' service. But in September 1984, he was hit on the ear by a colonel. That started a series of events that eventually led to his death.
I find Richard sleeping in the lounge here, on the floor. His head was right here. He was shot in the ear. And pieces of his skull, they were on the floor. And some of his brain was on the floor, you see. So I left Richard again, rushed to the bedroom, looking for Tiriso. I find that the Tiriso's bedroom was upside down. Yeah, everything was there. The trunks, what trunk? These trunk, the big trunks, the police trunks, was quite open. All the documents, they were out, you see. I looked for Tiriso. I thought maybe his corpse is underneath those things. I couldn't find the child. When I turned around, I heard the child saying, "Koko, Baba Bulaile." That means they've killed them. I said, "Who?" He said, "The policeman." Yeah. I said to him, "How? How do you know?" And he said, "Kiba born with gadi jerseys, but never parade jerseys." Then he suddenly zapapak. It means they were wearing the jerseys that looked like my father's.
When I grabbed him and dragged him into the house, he was screaming and shouting. There was a lot of noise. He put up a terrible fight, made a lot of noise, and the moment I managed to restrain him, we shot him and we left the house. After we struggled with Richard Mutasi, and Captain Hechter had placed the pillow over his head, and I had shot him 4 times with an AK-47 rifle. Before this incident, I had never met the man. I saw him that night for the very first time, and I eliminated him according to my instructions.
The Amnesty Committee had to ascertain why Mutasi was murdered. It could have been one of 2 reasons. Either he became an informer for the ANC and the Zimbabwean police, as the security police alleged, or he became a nuisance when he claimed 10,000 rand damages after the 1984 assault.
According to Klopper, he was feeding sensitive information to the Zimbabwean security forces, and this information led to the fact that reporters and informants were exposed in Zimbabwe. I would also like to add that was not said to me that it was a conclusion that this person was an ANC agent. Brigadier Jack said to me that this man was an ANC agent, and I made the logical conclusion that he had to have had information that he was an ANC agent. I did not question him about that.
When you got this instruction from Colonel Ross to go out and to murder one of your colleagues, did you not think of questioning that instruction?
It wasn't strange that such a request be put to us, or we should be given such an instruction to eliminate a policeman since he was an ANC agent.
You've heard evidence that that he was providing information to the security forces in Zimbabwe. Do you have any view on that?
I don't think, because I knew Mutasi, I knew his type of intelligence. I don't think that he could have reached that much, such a decision. He was a very good young man, clean and tidy, doing his job. The whole problem started immediately after this thing. All along there was nothing wrong with him. He was working right. In fact, he was promoted to the rank of a sergeant on merit. He didn't write any examination.
I was going to see my relatives because I didn't see them since I was young. Now I went with Mr. Mutasi because we were together and we were friends. I asked him to accompany me to go there so that I can know my history.
He was laughing and he was spinning his gun like this. And he said, "You see, your son-in-law is dead. You know why he died?" And I said, I don't know. He was talking too much. And you also, if you talk too much, he pointed a gun and put a gun here on my head. You'll get this. Just that. And I said to him, "Oh, please, don't kill me. Let me bury them first. Then you can kill me."